Be bigger than your greatest fear. Indeed, you are bigger and bigger with your ultimate success. Never your fear decides your destiny. Never give a reason. Always be bigger than your greatest fear. Simply you and you alone can beat your greatest fear. Just recall back the story of David and the Goliath, the giant. Twice a day for 40 days, Goliath challenged the Israelites, demanding a one-on-one battle. All the Israelites were as terrified as a lion's prey on the verge of death. None of them would dare to challenge Goliath the giant. After David heard about the reward for defeating Goliath, he accepted the challenge as if it were nothing but a child's game. When David confronted Goliath, who had an armor and a javelin, all David had was a staff, a sling, and 5 stones. Not to mention, he was just like a baby in size compared to Goliath. But did that stop him? No. Not long after the battle started, he pulled his sling back with a stone attached to it. Then he let it rip right into Goliath's forehead. Killed him in the process. If it had been the other guy around him other than Goliath, all the Israelites would have run into the other direction and back down, because all the Israelites were smaller than their greatest fear. And David was bigger than his greatest fears. But are you? If you are not, you'll end up settling for the things that are less than your fears. And you will be enslaved by your fears no matter what situation you are in or what decision you need to make. Look at things logically. Look at the facts. Get out of your head and take action. Clement W. Stone, he made the statement, thinking will not overcome your fear, but your action. In life, we are bound to come across big challenges, small challenges, tiny challenges, enormous challenges. But the size of the challenge, problem, or obstacle is irrelevant. Why? Because that doesn't determine what's possible for you. The only thing that determines what is possible for you is you, your mindset, your beliefs. If size mattered to David, he wouldn't have had the courage to take on Goliath, especially with 5 stones, a staff, and a sling. David knew size doesn't matter. It's heart, courage, and commitment that matters. You can apply the same principle, the same level of thinking to your life and the challenges that you are facing. Think bigger than your challenge. Be bigger than your obstacle. And act as if it is impossible for you not to fail. Have self-confidence, conviction, and believe in yourself more than you believe the challenge is too big for you to handle. Believe it's possible. The Israelites didn't believe it was possible to defeat Goliath, the giant, which is why they feared him. If you were to rate their self-belief on a scale of 1 to 10, their self-belief would have been less than 5. On the other hand, David's self-belief would have been at least an 8 or more. That's why it wasn't an issue for him to challenge Goliath head on and even to take him down. And don't forget, David turned down the offer for armor, which proves he strongly believed it was possible. Do you believe it's possible? Without a strong belief that what you are doing is possible, then you will fail. You'll quit on yourself even before you get halfway. Think of it like the guy who is too afraid to approach a girl he likes. How comes he won't approach her? His self-belief isn't strong enough. So he quits on himself without even making a move. If your fears are stronger than your self-belief and faith, you've shot yourself in the foot without knowing it. You'll continue to quit on yourself until you believe in yourself more than the fear or the obstacle. Narkis Kazanakis made this statement: in order to succeed, we must first believe that we can. We must not fear anything. Don't underestimate your capabilities. It's always dangerous to underestimate yourself. When you underestimate yourself and your own capabilities, you end up achieving less. Judging how Goliath looks and appears compared to David, you would think Goliath was the most superior one. But the outcome of the battle turned out to be a lot different than the Israelites' expectation. David didn't underestimate his abilities or himself. He had self-confidence and lots of it. He was smart enough to know that he was more than capable of succeeding. That's why stop underestimating yourself. It doesn't really matter if you are a writer, a pianist, plumber, real estate broker, personal trainer, musician, parent, or college student or university student. You are capable of much more than you believe. You've just yet to see it because you haven't given yourself the chance to. If anything, you should be overestimating, because then you'll end up giving and doing more than is expected, and you'll end up achieving more and reaching your potential in the process. That's why Abdullah II of Jordan made this statement: it is always dangerous to underestimate anybody. Never and ever underestimate yourself. Believe that you can do great things. Always bear in mind that there is a David inside of you who says no when your visions to accomplish are more and much. No one will condemn you when you stand tall and sharp. Be courageous and beat your greatest fears. Thank you.